You know what? I'm not going to edit that out. I'm going to leave it in. Normally I would edit out. I'm trying to... I want you to see more of the baby than me. First... So normally I would have done a box opening. Normally. This is my... Look at how cute she is. She is so beautiful. I'm just looking... I love this doll so much. Okay. So here's the story with my Lee Middleton doll. I had a Lee Middleton doll, and it was one of the original... I had a Lee Middleton doll from like the 90s. I'd gotten the doll years ago because I love to bottle feed. Well, I don't bottle feed. I like to have a doll that bottle feeds. That is the reasoning for getting the Lee Middleton doll, because they have the open mouth and they suck their thumb too, which is extremely adorable. But what happened was it wasn't a Caylee anymore. The doll just was not a Caylee anymore. She's so cute. I just couldn't stand, the sculpt was, I can't remember the sculpt name. I will insert a picture up here in the corner. I put the doll up on eBay. What happened was, you see this diaper bag right here? I had sold that diaper bag on eBay like a year ago, and I really regretted selling it. It's a vintage 90s even flow diaper bag, and I had gotten it off eBay brand new, and then I went through this crazy phase. Brooke, I know you know, this is why I say you and I are a lot alike, because you talk about going through phases where you clean out stuff and get rid of things, and then you bring them back, like you want them back. That type of behavior. I do the same exact thing. Well, I really wanted that diaper bag back. Now it turns out the person who bought the diaper bag is a guy that lives in my area, because he did local pickup. I still had his number in my phone. I texted him and I'm like, do you remember me? I sold you the diaper bag, blah, blah, blah. I said, would you be interested in selling it back to me, because I really want it back. And I could not stop thinking about this diaper bag. When I tell you I could not stop thinking about it, I could not stop thinking about the diaper bag. I had the doll listed on eBay, and someone had actually bought the doll. He texted me and he's like, do you have any dolls that look like this that you would want to, would you want to do a trade? And I was like, holy shit. And the picture he sent me, what are the chances that he was looking for the exact doll that I had just sold? I was about to ship that day. I told him, yes, I actually have this doll, and I sent him the pictures, and he was like, all right, yeah, that's great. Did you lose your thumb? There you go. I told the buyer, I'm sorry, the doll was up, because the doll was up on eBay for a long time. Okay, a long time. And I finally lowered the price to like $30 or $25 or something ridiculous like that. And as soon as I did, someone bought her. So I didn't really feel bad for lying to the buyer, but look, I had to do what I had to do to get my diaper bag. My roommate has really bad allergies. Okay, whatever. We finally... You can't time it perfectly enough. Let's try this again. I don't know, the last few months, I was like, I need a bottle feeder. I want a bottle feed, and I don't have any bottle feeders anymore. So I was looking through the listings And I saw this head sculpt and I fell in love with it. No surprise eyes. There's none of that going on. Oh wait. And she just has a softer, just beautiful. This sculpt is beautiful. Look at her face. Look at her eyelashes. If you're familiar with Lee Middleton dolls, okay. Let me just get to the point. I'm gonna show you something. Okay. So this doll in the listing. Now, I don't know, just okay. So the for fuck's sake. Okay. The doll was listed at $45. I'm just waiting for the next. I'm waiting for the next one. I got a really good deal on this doll. She was listed at $45 and the seller had turned on, make an offer. So I took a really big chance and made an offer of $35 because the shipping was I think it's $18. I got a really good deal on this doll. Now I knew it had a white body. I just assumed that the white body was like an original body, only white. And the original bodies, if you know, you know. I'm not going to sit here and explain it because this video is already really long. When I got the doll, I picked her up and I'm like, and as you know, Lee Middleton dolls are weighted to the point of, they're weighted pretty heavily. So I pick her up out of the box and I'm like, what? She weighs like almost nothing. Her head weighs more than the body because it's an original Lee Middleton head. It's not like, but the body, and like I said, if you know, you know, your Lee Middleton dolls. Upon closer inspection, I was like, what the hell is going on here? You see I had no idea that some of the Lee Middleton bodies were like this. She has armatures. Watch what happens when I move one arm. And see how her head is flopping around? That's because her body can't support her own head. At first I was like, what the hell am I gonna do? I want like the original Lee Middleton body. So I looked up replacement bodies you cannot get because that's how the dolls are made. At first I was really disappointed because the weight, as you know, the weight of a doll is important to most of us that have dolls. We like the weight, we need the weight. We want the doll to feel like a real baby. So that was disappointing. And then the body was disappointing. I thought she was gonna be preemie size. But now that I look at her in person, it's like, no, how could I think that? But upon first glance, it just seemed like she was going to be really tiny and wouldn't fit into any of my newborn clothes. However, I have grown to really like the armature body because I've grown to appreciate the armature body. I've grown to love it because she's posable to the point where she doesn't flop over. So if I want her sitting, she can sit anywhere, you know? And I have a lot of vintage newborn clothes that they might not fit her. They might not. I have a lot of vintage newborn clothes that are too small for newborn Caylee, reborn Caylee. Whenever I get a new doll, they are a Caylee doll. I have another doll that I did a box opening for it, but I never uploaded it. It's a Pat Seacrest doll, and that is the only doll that I have that isn't a Caylee doll. So now I have my bottle feeder. I had to order her a pacifier. It's a vintage even flow pacifier. It is a vintage even flow pacifier that should fit into her mouth with no problem. All the nooks that I have that I haven't cut the nipple off of, the nipples are too big. So she can't, I don't have any nooks for her. So I went on eBay, and it's from 1979. I had it on my watch list, and the seller sent an offer for $10. It was originally $20. Sent an offer for $10, and yes, that is a really, really cheap. Vintage pacifiers are not cheap. So this is my new baby, my new Lee Middleton doll, and I'm very, very happy with her. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. She's so cute. She looks like Caylee. She looks like Caylee. And she's so beautiful. She's so beautiful. Squeezy, 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 squeezy. Alright. We're out of here. Okay, Caylee. Say bye. Say bye.